The big mistake I made was that I didn't go in and check the spend every day. So there's certain keywords that people were just clicking on, and I was not getting sales. So today I'm going to go through 3 PPC campaigns that I set up. I'm going to show you how to do them, and I'll give you an update on how I've got on with my test batch. Before you start your PPC campaign, it's important to know from the start that PPC campaigns often start off really bad. So don't get discouraged. And this is mainly because the bot is still learning where to put your ad, and it takes a bit of time, especially if you're doing an automatic campaign, which I will get into. So to control overspending, it's best to set up a cap and a daily budget so that you don't go over what you plan to spend. So I'm going to show you how to set up the automatic campaign. First thing you're going to do when you log into Seller Central is go to your menu and click on advertising, and then from advertising you get an open out that says campaign manager. Click on campaign manager, then scroll down and click on create campaign. That opens up on a new tab. Go to click create new campaign, and that should bring you over to this page here. Now there are 3 types, and we're going to start off beginner level, and beginner level is going to be creating your product, promote your product listing, because I'm assuming we wouldn't have had a brand yet, and we're not going to be doing display building. So then you want to click on promote product listing. So when you click on continue, it's going to bring you over to this page here. So when you get to this page, add groups, you're going to create, give it a name, and depending on what we want to set up, we'll give it various names, whether it's going to be automatic, or whether you're going to have manual PPC, or whether it's going to be product-based PPC. Then you're going to come over here and select your products from your listings. So ideally your product will be live and will be said active next to it. If your product doesn't have active listed next to it, then you will not be able to select it. The data is showing that 80% of us watching this YouTube channel are not subscribed. Please subscribe so that this channel can grow. It encourages me to create more content. Comment below, let me know what you'd like to see more of. Like the video so that more people can get access to this content and benefit. So pick and select your product and pop it over into the product section. Then we're going to scroll down to where it says targeting. So there's 2 types of targeting you can do. You can do the automatic targeting, which is what I started off with. And a great thing about the automatic targeting is that it allows Amazon to find out what your customers could be typing to find a product like yours. You can gain insight into the actual keywords that customers are using. So you might have had your own idea of what a keyword would be. So going back to our air fryer example, you might have an idea that everyone's going to be typing out air fryer, but customers could be typing out other things that we don't know about. So doing an automatic campaign will now enable us to catch out areas that we're not aware of, and we can gain possible new insights or new keywords that we can use to add to our listing to improve and boost our listing. And then the great thing about this is any of these keywords that we get from the automatic campaign that leads to sales, we can now use this for a more targeted campaign, which is to move on to the manual campaign. So for the manual campaign, just click here for manual targeted keywords. And we can use keywords that we know that has a high search volume. We can get the search volume from AMZ Scout, or keywords that we know are very successful that our competitors are using and that are getting them results. Again, AMZ Scout can show us how to do that. If you want me to do a video on that, please comment below. So within manual targeting, you can have keyword targeting, which I just talked about, or you can have product targeting. Now, product targeting is when you go to look at one of your competitors and you want to make sure that your product advertises on your competitor's page. So as your competitor's already pulling traffic, you want to pull some of your competitors' traffic to say, hey, come over here, look at my product. This one is flimsy, whereas my airliner is more sturdy, it doesn't move around. So you'd have all of that in your title, you know, sturdy airliner. And if you know that there's been complaints or negative reviews on your competitors' listing about that, and your one says sturdy airliner, you can actually steal their traffic to go to your page and you will get the sale instead. So just to go back to the manual one, just a quick note is that it is a bit more targeted. So you can control where your product shows up. You can say, okay, I only want my product to show up for this keyword, not a range of keywords or a broad set of keywords. So when you do pick your keywords, you want to take off the filter that says broad and take off the filter that says phrase, and just keep to one that says exact. So that will help you control your spending as well and make sure that your product only shows up on those exact keywords that you want it to show up on. Then finally, you also have the opportunity to do negative targeting. Now, I would use this for the automatic campaign, because for the automatic campaign, Amazon is just running wild, doing whatever it likes on your budget, sending out your product on various things or whatever the customers are searching for. So if you find that people are clicking on your product for a particular keyword and you don't want to appear on that keyword, then you put that keyword here. So make sure that your product doesn't show up. So for example, if your airliner that you're selling is specific for Ninja style or shape air fryers and you don't want it to show up on a different type of brand, you can put the list of any other type of brand here within the negative keyword, so that your brand, your airliner, doesn't show up on the brand that it's not suitable for or the brand that it doesn't fit. Then moving on, we got dynamic bids up and down. So let's say you had the bid of your maximum bid was £1. So what Amazon would do is it might increase that by 50p or decrease it by 50p. Depends on if it thinks that you are going to get a sale. So one way to reduce cost is to click on dynamic bids down. So Amazon will not go above your bid. So let's say your bid was 50p or £1. Amazon will not go above that pound. It will always make it stay at that pound as your bid, and only bid down. And then fix is basically just keep it as £1. So then settings here, this is where you set your daily budget. Your daily budget could be £5 or £10, maybe ideally £10 to begin with, especially if you're going to do automatic, because this will give Amazon a bit more leeway as to find those keywords that your customers are searching for that you're not aware of. But then I would only do that for about a week or so, because it can get really expensive. You want to make sure you're controlling the spend and going into your PPC campaign every day and checking what keywords are costing you too much money, and pause them, take them out as well. Then once you've done all of that, you're ready to launch your campaign. But I want to quickly add some keywords just to give you an idea. I'm just going to type in air fryer. Add these keywords, and then here, this is where you can have your suggested bid. You can say, okay, I want everything to be at £1. I want everything to be at 50p as a bid. So we can add those as standard. Okay, so it didn't like this one. Okay, it's fine. It liked it. I think I had it in twice. So you can have it here as exact here. If I go up here and switch it to automatic targeting, you can have your default bid as maximum £1. So if I go back to manual targeting, for the product targeting, if you click there, product targeting, what you do is you'd grab the ASIN of the product. So if you want to, you could do a category, but ideally you want to maybe like grab the ASIN of the product, and then you can either search for it. Product name, I'm going to type in air fryer, but it'll be faster to just put the ASIN. can just grab one of these and just add it in. And again, it's got the suggested bid for us. So just add the ones that you want to go for. So go for ones that have large reviews, that have got quite a lot of stars maybe, but you're confident that your product is a differentiated one and is better than theirs. Yours has to have some sort of differentiation, not just with price, but also with quality, what value you're offering to make the customers want to click on yours and buy yours. So at the initial stage of doing your product research, differentiation is so important. Or you can just pick one that is new, that doesn't have a lot of reviews, that you can compete with, and use one of those as well. It depends what sort of strategy you want to go for. I decided to go for one that was very close to mine, that had loads of reviews, but mine was a better offering compared to theirs. Okay, so now just to give you an update on my results, what happened with my test batch when I ran the PPC. So I've been running the PPC for about a month now, 4 weeks, and so far I have sold like 12 units. So I'm not entirely happy with my results. I put in 60 units into Amazon and I've sold 12 so far. I spent quite a lot of money on PPC. The first week I let the automatic campaign run. I let it run wild. I gave it a budget of £10 a day and said, hey, go and do what you like. The big mistake I made was that I didn't go in and check the spend every day. So there's certain keywords that people were just clicking on, and I was not getting sales. So I removed those keywords and put it into my negative keyword listing. I have not been able to find out how much I can charge because it's not been selling fast. But with each sale, I've increased the price by about £2 or £1 actually, to see whether it's going to be selling more. So at the moment, not all of them are selling. So I might bring the price back down and just see whether it starts selling again. So all my best performing keywords from my automatic campaign, I've put them in my manual campaign, and I've also done product targeting as well. When I did product targeting, one of my batches that I sent in, because I sent a couple of different types of angles of the same thing, that one actually sold 2 as soon as I moved to product targeting PPC, which is really good. I'm really pleased about that. So sort of tweaks that I've made as a result. So people were clicking through and not buying. So I made some more tweaks. I changed my image and improved some of the text as well in my listing, and that helped improve sales. So I'm going to continue to monitor it for the next 2 months. And if it doesn't sell, then I think I'll just can it. Or if I do go ahead and launch it, it's going to be like a really small batch. So thank you so much for watching towards the end. I really appreciate it. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, and comment below on what you'd like to see me talk about more on this channel. And stick around and watch one of my other videos here